Dad,
Yes.
when was the last time Nissan made a profit?
Let me think. 1983?
1983.
No, I believe it might have been 2019.
Okay, it has been many years.
Yes.
Okay, on the internet, people hate on Nissan. And you know what?
Yeah.
Nissan hates on itself.
Well, Nissan's having a tough time. And
What'd they lose? It was nearly $4 billion
Yes.
last year.
Yeah.
We just, maybe we didn't do a video on it. I forget.
Yeah.
Ford, GM, record-setting quarterly profits. Right?
Yes, and this was an annual profit report, and it was
Annual
the
earnings
largest
report, yeah.
And this was the largest annual loss Nissan has ever suffered at almost $1.4 billion. And we're not talking yen; we're talking dollars. Bet you that's a lot more yen.
It is.
Yes.
So what the heck is going on? Obviously, we talk about it in all the videos nowadays.
Yes.
The chip shortage, that's affecting their
The
business.
chip shortage has impacted their business. The
But like,
perception.
why? Because the chip shortage is affecting everyone, right?
Yes.
So it's like, why them?
Well, because they've had other issues of product and control. What's the word I'm looking for?
Quality control?
Quality control. Thank you very much for filling in my sentences for me. Quality control issues. A lot of their models hadn't been refreshed or redone in a while. I do know that they have, I think, 12 to 18 new model rollouts this year where they've updated vehicles. So they're hoping that would help. But because of the chip shortage and production cutbacks, they're looking at, well, if we're lucky, maybe we can break even for this year, where every other manufacturer in the first quarter has
Made a killing.
has made a killing, has reported record profits for the quarter. Now, they don't expect necessarily those type of profits to continue every quarter moving forward, but they're all of them, other than Nissan at this point, are predicting big profits for the year, as opposed to, God, we'll be lucky if we can break even.
Yeah. No, Nissan has new leadership, new CEO, and the turnaround plan. They're in the first year of that. It's get these new models out, cut costs at the same time, which is
cut incentives.
They got rid of the stair-step program.
The way they're doing the incentives is changing. They're trying to get their dealers to concentrate on a consumer experience as opposed to just a raw deal experience.
Do you think they make it through this? In the United States, because in China they have that, like, that's been where most of their business is coming from.
I would really be surprised if Nissan were to pull out of the United States. It's still one of its biggest worldwide markets, even though they're losing money at the moment. This is not the first time they've had issues. They're
Probably won't be the last time.
No, I mean, the last time they were bailed out by Peugeot and the French government when they bought part of the business.
Yeah.
I think to a certain degree they're too big to fail. There's just too many people and institutions that have money invested in Nissan that they can't really afford to have Nissan fail, so they'll figure out ways to help prop them up. But I think they have to find their way. They have to find their way product-wise. They have to find their way quality control-wise. They have to find their way keeping their dealer body engaged. And I think they're trying to do that. But, it's unfortunate that they're trying to do it when there's production issues and there's chip shortages that are causing these production issues, so that they can't produce as many vehicles as they would like, because obviously the more they can produce, the more they can wholesale to their dealer body, and the more money they can make. And so this chip shortage is exacerbating the situation for them.
Definitely is. Yeah. You know how Nissan reconciled the $1.4 billion loss?
No, how?
They sold their stake in Daimler. For over $1 billion, which I found kind of interesting.
Yeah, well, that's one way to bring some money in.
Yeah. How are we bringing money in? I don't know. Mercedes-Benz, go figure it out.
Yeah, let's sell some assets.
Yeah. I mean, it's just craziness. Really crazy. But, and my favorite part from reading the story from Automotive News?
Yeah.
The expected loss was 200 million yen.
Yeah.
Which roughly, I guess, would equate to maybe less than $2 billion, like $1.8 billion. Yeah. So they actually beat their expectations. Yeah. They did better than the expectations they had set. And still, relative to their peers who were making a killing, it's just, it's kind of... From a product standpoint, you used to sell Nissans.
Yes, I did. That was one of my first brands that I ever represented.
Perception of the brand over time, how has it changed? And also, what's your take? I mean, our Nissans, like, we used to have an Altima, right? Like a 1999 Altima, I think?
No, we had a Maxima.
A Maxima, excuse me.
Yes. When I represented Nissan from 1977 to 1989, it started as Datsun. It was an up and coming brand, and they came out with some really good product and some quality product, and they came out with some stuff that was pure crap that nobody wanted. But they figured out a way to play against Toyota, to go against Honda. I think part of their issue is that they offer way too many models.
Good thing they're bringing 12 to 18 new ones to market.
Well, maybe sometimes, because you look at BMW, for example.
Yeah.
And, you now have a 1 Series, 2 Series, 3 Series, 4 Series, 5 Series, 6 Series, 7 Series. I believe there's talk of an 8 Series.
No, there is. There's the 850. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, and how many niches do you need to be in? And so at a certain point, maybe one of the things Nissan should do is look at what their core competencies are as far as models, and just build.
I thought you were going to say as a business, and I was thinking it's losing money.
Yeah, well, that's their core competency at this point. But maybe they don't need maybe they need a Sentra, but maybe they don't need an Altima. Maybe they need the Sentra and the Altima, but they don't really need the Maxima. They can look at the numbers of what sells and what doesn't sell, and they could say, this is too small of a number to really keep
I'm
it
sure
in the
there
lineup.
are lots of meetings.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I think one of the things that would help them survive is if they cut back the number of offerings that they had and just concentrated on the ones where they make the most money.
Nissan, this consultation from your auto advocate was free.
Well, no, let's send them an invoice.
We're sending you an invoice.
Yeah. I mean, they just might pay it. They're so used to losing money.
Hey, we're not used to losing money, although we kind of are. But yourautoadvocate.com. Check out the link down below. Let's see what happens in Nissan. I'm curious what the community thinks about Nissan as well. I think I know.
Yes, most.
I don't think this will be a surprise.
Most of our community members don't
CVD.
Don't feel warmly towards Nissan. But there you have it.
Thanks, Pops.
Thank you, Hanson.